So this pastime is so much mysterious. When Madhvacharya made his commentary on the Bhagavatam, he did not include this chapter. He thought Brahma is our Adi Guru, the original Guru of our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Therefore, how he could become bewildered? Therefore Madhvacharya considered these two chapters, killing of Aghasura and Brahma's prayers to Krishna. He considered these must have been interpolated, added. He could not reconcile the fact that Brahma can be bewildered. But Jiva Goswami said, no, these two chapters are not interpolated. Otherwise, why he gave his commentary on them? Then we said that Brahma is bewildered by Bhagavan's Yogamaya. Even Balaram is bewildered by Krishna's Yogamaya. What to speak of Lord Brahma? Therefore, Lord Brahmaji's position is very much interesting. He is considered to be an incarnation of Bhagavan also. Of 6 types of incarnation, one is Gunavatar. Therefore Brahma is considered to be non-different than the Supreme Lord. In some aspects he is considered to be in a higher position even than Lord Shiva, because he created Lord Shiva. It said that when he ordered the 4 Kumaras to marry, the 4 Kumaras refused. Therefore Brahma became very angry. As he was angry, then from between his eyebrows manifested Rudra, anger personified. Therefore there's only one order of the Guru you can disobey, that if the Guru orders you to marry, then you don't have to follow that instruction. Everything else you have to follow. Therefore he is a qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Lord. He is Gunavatar. In one sense you can also think he is a Shakti Vaishyavatar, because he is empowered by the Lord's Srishti Shakti, his potency to create. He is also be considered a pure Vaishnav, otherwise how can be head of our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya? On the other hand, he is also considered to be the controlling deity of Rajagun, the mode of passion. Therefore many things are inside him. Therefore how to reconcile? Prabhupada said as a demigod we reject him. He said like Lord Shiva, as a demigod we reject him, but as a Vaishnav we worshipped him. Therefore Brahma Mohan Lila, very interesting. We know in the beginning of creation that Garbhadaksai Vishnu, from his navel sprang a lotus, and that lotus was Lord Brahma. Therefore Brahma not only is the first embodied soul, he's also considered to be the direct son of the Lord. If I was reading yesterday, Prithu Maharaj, he offered prayers to Lord Narayana, oh, I want to also massage the feet like Lakshmi does, but I'm afraid there may be some competition. Lakshmi may not be very happy that I am intruding on her seva. But Lord, I know that you are Dina Bandhu. Therefore I know you'll take my side over Lakshmi's, because you are Akaram, you don't even need Lakshmi. Not only a woman needs a husband to produce a child, but Lord Narayan showed I am self-satisfied because he produced a child without a wife. Therefore he is also the son of Lord Narayan also. In the beginning of creation, it said Brahmaji was sitting on top of his lotus flower. He was trying to think, where have I come from? What is my duty? He saw that lotus flower and he entered into the lotus flower. For millions of celestial years he tried to find the source of that lotus flower. But to show the Supreme Lord cannot be achieved by one's own endeavour, he failed. Therefore he was thinking, if I cannot find the source of this lotus flower by my own efforts, where have I come from? He heard a voice, Tapa. Tapa means perform austerities. Therefore Brahma thought, who has spoken those words, Tapa, I will find him.
Is that the same as Tapa Mishra?
Tapa Mishra is a person.
I know, but if the words are similar, does it have
Tapan also means son.
Oh, sorry.
Tapa Mishra.
Son?
Son. So, who has spoken those words, Tapa? He's giving me instruction, therefore he must be my Guru. Therefore for thousands In our time, millions of years. But for thousands of years that the demigods, Lord Brahma, sat in meditation, then the Supreme Lord manifested in his heart, Lord Narayana. Lord Narayana spoke 4 verses to him. They are considered to be the seed of the Veda. Therefore Brahma gave those 4 seed verses of the Bhagavatam to his disciple Narad. Narad gave them to Vyasadeva. And by being blessed by Narad, the unfolding of those 4 verses is the 18,000 verse Sripad Bhagavatam. Therefore in the beginning of creation, Lord Brahma first saw Lord Narayana, then he saw Krishna in Vrindavan. He was so much ecstatic seeing Krishna that he spoke the 100th chapter Brahma Samhita. Therefore when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South India, 2 books he brought back with him. One was Brahma Samhita, the other one was Sri Krishna Karanamrita. Mahaprabhu could not find the other 99 chapters, therefore just the 5th chapter he took, and that is the very famous Brahma Samhita. All our Gaudiya Siddhanta is contained in that 5th chapter. Therefore Brahmaji's position is very much extraordinary. He is the Guru even of great personalities like the 4 Kumaras, even of Narad Muni. Therefore he is most exalted Vaishnava. Therefore, Brahma is not just a person. Brahma is a position. Therefore, it said that same Brahma became bewildered seeing Krishna. One time I wrote an email to Gurudeva. Is that the same Brahma that saw at the creation, at the beginning of the creation, had darshan of Radha Govinda? Gurudeva said no. That first Brahma went back to Krishna, and this one is a replacement Brahma. Therefore, Krishna's pastimes are most astonishing, even they are astonishing him. Even Krishna becomes astonished by his own activities. What to speak of Jagadguru, Brahmaji.
Just before you go, I never interrupt, but which Brahma therefore are we talking about when you're going on now? What Brahma should be our focus and meditation? Which Brahma?
Prabhupada said, all Brahmajis are not pure devotees. Some Brahmajis are expert in karma. It said if you follow Varnashram perfectly for 100 births, you can take birth as Brahma. Therefore some Brahmas are like karma kandis, some Brahmajis are gyanis, but our Brahmaji we should think is pure devotee.
So what Brahma am I meditating on is in our Brahma Sampradaya?
That one who had darshan of Krishna in the beginning of creation.
And how many headed Brahma is this one?
4.
So this is, but isn't that the Brahma of this universe? So that's our Brahma. And that Brahma is a pure devotee.
So this universe is the smallest one created.
Right.
When Lord Narayan, Kurunaksai Vishnu exhales, then the last breath, that's our universe. And when he inhales, the first breath he takes is our universe. Therefore our universe is considered the smallest. Therefore this Brahma only has 4 heads. Therefore what to speak, even Krishna becomes bewildered by his Yogamaya, what to speak of his devotees headed by Lord Brahma. Therefore 4 things cause forgetfulness of Krishna. Janma, Aishwarya, Sutasribi, Edamanya, Purmanmada. 4 things cause madness, material intoxication.
How long are his breaths?
For as long as the creation, one life of Lord Brahma. You get a calculator, you can work it out later.
He lives for 100 years.
So if you would take a few Christmases, 300 trillion years.
100 of his years are his days, and then again 100 of his years are his nights.
Whose?
Brahma's.
100 of whose years?
Brahman years of Brahma.
I've not heard that. I don't think Lord Narayana has not
So
done
300 trillion years is like you said.
Second canto.
Okay.
The Brahma we
Save all your questions for last.
I know, and usually because the whole lecture is on Brahman, I've always, all these 30-something years, focused. This Brahma is the guru of Narada Muni. This Brahma is the guru of the Kumaras. This is the Brahma that stole the cows.
Yeah.
This is that same Brahma that we read without, that's our Brahma Sampradaya. Thank you.
Yeah, we should see him as pure Vaishnava. So, what to speak of even Brahma becoming bewildered? Even Krishna becomes bewildered by his own activities. The activities of Yoga Maya are very difficult to understand even for Bhagavan. Therefore, the fact that Brahma can be bewildered is not an extraordinary thing, because Bhagavan has Achinta Shakti. He can make the impossible possible and the impossible possible. Therefore, generally we paint Brahma with a beard and white hair, but actually this is not a fact. The demigods headed by Brahma and Indra, Ganesh, etc. have 5 qualities which the ordinary jivas do not possess. Those 5 qualities, they are always in their sarup. They are never touched by old age, disease. That even though we paint Brahma with a beard, still he is always Kishore. Even the demigods in the lower heavenly planets, even old age never touches them. What to speak of Lord Brahma? But so that we understand that that 4-headed person is Brahma, the artists paint him with white beard, but actually he is always ever fresh. Therefore 4 things cause confusion, bewilderment, janma, high birth. Therefore, who has the highest birth in this universe? Vishaji?
Brahma.
Brahmaji. Also, he is the highest birth because he is considered the first Brahman, because he got Brahma Gayatri directly from the flute of Krishna. Therefore, he is the first Brahman. Therefore, Srila Maharaja said, actually, because we all come from Lord Brahma, therefore, actually, by argument, all should be Brahmanas, because we are all the sons of Lord Brahma, or daughters, but therefore, one is considered to be a Brahmana by birth and quality. Therefore, everyone has the potentiality to become a Brahman. Yes?
If they never age or get old, then wouldn't they all be babies?
It's said, the women of the heavenly planets, they never become pregnant. They enjoy sexual life for thousands of years, and one day before they die, they become pregnant, give birth to a 16-year-old child. That's probably why they die. In the middle they finish.
Where is that stated?
I've read it.
Prabhupada said something different.
What did he say?
He said that they, after 1,000 years, then they can become pregnant with one child. They live for 10,000 years, and after 1,000 years they can become pregnant with one child. And I think any of my godbrothers can confirm they've heard that.
I've also heard the last day of their existence in the heavenly planets, then they give birth.
No, we've never heard that. I can't.
I've read it.
They're different.
Where?
Pran Govinda was telling me.
Hey, I can't remember the exact page number and the line number, but I've heard. Maybe I'm wrong, but that much I've heard. But there's no distress in the heavenly planets, no old age, what to speak of. Jagat Guru Brahma. Therefore, high birth becomes bewildered. It's one type of illusion, one type of bewilderment. One becomes proud. Therefore, Brahma has the highest birth. He is the original Brahma. One becomes proud. Who is your Guru? My Guru is Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. My Guru is Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj. But only Brahma can say, my Guru is Jagat Guru Krishna. Therefore, that pride may come in someone. One may be bewildered by wealth. Therefore, who possesses the greatest wealth in the universe? No one can possess more than Lord Brahma. Any beauty in this material creation comes from where? Comes from Lord Brahma. Therefore, he has all type of beauty, opulence, and knowledge. It said even Gayatri and Saraswati are his wives. If you could imagine how much knowledge he possesses. From the 4 mouths of Lord Brahma come the 4 Vedas. Therefore he is the original chanter of all the Vedic hymns. Therefore all these 4 types of opulences he possesses. Therefore an ordinary person just may cause some type of bewilderment. But we'll discuss that later. Therefore, Krishna was about to perform his pastime of killing Agasura. Agam represents sinful activity. Thakur Bhaktivinoda says, each one of the demons dispatched by Krishna represent one type of anatta. Putana represents desire to be guru. Keshi represents pride. Agasura represents sinful activity, personified. Who else? Bakasura represents hypocrisy, duplicity. Pralambasura represents desire to kill the Guru and desire to become Guru. Therefore each demon represents one fault that we all have, and by hearing pastimes of Krishna, one can overcome these obstacles. Therefore, in the morning, Krishna rose early. That was the day of Balaram's birthday. Therefore, Balaram did not come to the forest on the day of the bewilderment of Lord Brahma. So, hundreds and thousands of cowherd boys exited their house simultaneously and ran towards Krishna. That time it said that Krishna has asankhya calves. Asankhya means a 1 followed by 17 zeros. So I was trying to work it out until my mathematics failed me. 9 zeros is a trillion. So what's 1,000 trillions? Quadrillion.
Asankhya.
That's 12. No? Plus 6 more. That means 1,000,000 times quadrillion is a sankhya. Imagine having to shovel the Goshala after that. Therefore, Krishna entered the forest with 1 billion, what did I say? 1 million quadrillion calves. One may think, that is completely impossible. But Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, even 1 grain of dust of Vrindavan is also all-pervading. Therefore the Dham, which is non-different expansion than Krishna, also possesses unlimited potency. Therefore, billions and billions of universe. This universe measures in diameter 50,000 million miles. Therefore, 1 speck of the dust of Vrindavan can contain millions and millions of universes. What to speak of a simple number of 1 million quadrillion cows. Therefore, this is all achieved by Krishna's Atita Shakti. Therefore, the Dham should not, one offense to the Dham is to try to measure. How big is Vrindavan? Oh, 32 square miles. Aparad. Krishna is all pervading. Where does Krishna reside? Krishna himself takes shelter of the Dham. Therefore, Dham means ashray or shelter. The Dham is so expansive it can contain even Krishna. What to speak of anything else? Therefore, one offense of the Dham is try to measure Vrindavan Dham. Another offense, where is Vrindavan? Oh, Vrindavan's in India. Vrindavan's in Uttar Pradesh. Vrindavan's in the material world. This is also one other aparad, because Vrindavan has nothing to do with the material creation. And the Varaha Purana says even just when Bhagavan Mahavishnu destroys the whole creation, still Mathura Mandal, Navadvip Mandal remain unchanged, because they're not part of this world. That is proved in 12th canto Bhagavatam. Markandeya Rishi, who had been destined to die on his 16th birthday. How old are you, Madhu?
17.
But by his worship of Lord Shiva, he was saved. Lord Shiva blessed him, I bless you, will live for 7 kalpas. Therefore, when he had darshan of Narayana Rishi, they said, what benediction you want? He said, I want to see your Maya. Why? We cannot understand the grave desires of the devotees. Therefore, when the universe destroyed, he was not destroyed. He floated on the ocean of devastation. For millions and millions of years, he moved up and down on the waves until he saw one baby on a lotus leaf on an island. Which island was that? Sri Navadvip Dham. Therefore, Bhagavatam gives proof Vrindavan is not destroyed at the part of creation. It is considered like Bhagavan, possessed of unlimited potencies. Therefore, one day Sri Gokashodas Babaji Maharaj, he was in Navadvip and one new Baba came, Baba, I have purchased a 1/4 acre of land just behind Kuladvip. Then Gokashodas Babaji Maharaj became astonished. My God, even all the wealth of the 14 worlds cannot purchase 1 grain of dust of Navadvip. But you have managed to purchase a 1/4 acre? And that Baba gave up his false pride. Jiva Goswami also one similar thing. There was a discussion in Agra, who is greater than Yamuna or the Ganga? Some were saying this, some were saying that. They could not come to a conclusion. They said, if you want to ask anyone, the greatest Pandit on this earth planet at the moment is Jiva Goswami. So Akbar said, you bring him here, he can answer the question. Therefore Jiva Goswami said, no, I cannot spend 1 night outside Vrindavan, Chatra Sannyas. If King Akbar can arrange to take me to Agra and bring me back on the same day, then I will come. Therefore Akbar organized, changing horses. What's that called in Cobb & Co? Stagecoach. Pony Express. In Australia, Cobb & Co. Therefore Jiva Goswami came, but he thought I should bring a gift for the king. What did he do? He took some dust from Sevakunj and wrapped it in a cloth. He wrapped that cloth so it became like a basketball. When Jiva Goswami came, he offered that gift to the king. Jiva Goswami, he never even had a water pot. So renounced. Only dressed in copper. And then everyone was astonished what type of gift a renunciant like Jiva Goswami will give the king of India. So he gave him this big ball. But Akbar was thinking maybe there's some jewels or some gold. He pulled open the ball and last was only some dust. He began to become angry. Then he remembered, Jiva Goswami is not an ordinary person. Yesterday was Jiva Goswami's disappearance day. Thank you, baby. Then Jiva Goswami explained, King, is there anything more valuable than the dust of Vrindavan Dham? Even Krishna eats that dust to show such a valuable thing. Therefore, the fact that Vrindavan can accommodate very easily 1 million quadrillion cows is not a matter for astonishment. Therefore, hundreds of millions of boys, 1 million quadrillion calves, all came out and Krishna went cow grazing. The boys used to perform their various leelas of Sakiras. Each mother has cooked only for Krishna, and each boy has his lunch bag. Therefore Krishna is sitting like the whirl of a lotus, surrounded by those hundreds of millions of cowherd boys. Each boy has a desire, I will feed Krishna my foodstuffs. And Yogamaya arranges that each boy sees Krishna only sitting directly in front of him. Those boys cannot understand there are millions of Krishnas. That is the working of Yogamaya. Even Govardhan, you see, I asked Gurudeva, how many manjaris in following Rupa Goswami? Billions and billions. Therefore, maybe we have a desire to do a particular seva to Radhika. Then how we get that chance? Gurudeva said, no problem, Yogamaya making every arrangement. So, all those boys were taking lunch, and each boy was, oh, this one is very good, and pushing the remnants in the mouth of Krishna. The Vrindavan, above Vrindavan, all the demigods are watching the pastimes of Krishna. Therefore Brahma became confused. What's going on? He saw that Krishna was taking the remnants of the cowherd boys. Also Madhumangal, his lunch bag was about 5 times bigger than any other boy. One boy came behind Madhumangal, covered his eyes. Another boy pulled the tail off his dhoti. In order to save his dhoti falling down, Madhumangal dropped his lunch bag, caught hold of his dhoti, and the boys grabbed his bag. They're passing the bag to one to another, and the Madhumangal is running after his bag, crying. The boys are taking out all the laddus and eating everything. And Madhumangal is saying, don't you know I'll curse you? Give back my lunch bag. They're taking lunch. Sometimes Krishna says, oh brother. The boys say, oh Krishna, I have a very nice sweet, close your eyes, I'll put it in your mouth. When Krishna closes his mouth, the boy puts in a flower. Therefore, many, many pastimes. Therefore, from the sky, Brahma is watching all this from his swan aeroplane. Brahma is thinking, what's happening? Therefore, sometimes they would play hide and seek. If Krishna would disappear, even for an instant, then those boys would begin weeping. Yugayatam namishena chakshusa pravasayatam sunyayatam jagat saravam govinda merahim. Krishna would disappear in for a second, those boys would think Krishna has left us, and they would begin weeping. Sometimes the boys would have competition. Who will touch Krishna first? Who will fulfill the desire of Krishna? Many, many different types of activities. Yat paripamso bahujanma kritato drimadvi yogivi api alabhyasa eva yadrik asaya swayam stitaha kam vanya tistam ato brajo krishna. Therefore yogis, after millions of years of sitting in meditation, after thousands of births of practicing Astanga Yoga, the eightfold process of yoga, yam, niyam, following some rules and avoiding some things, atyahara, pratyahara, removing the senses, controlling the senses, pranayam, drilling the perspiration, what's it called? Respiration. Dhyan, finally, concentrating their mind in one point. Even after thousands of births, they cannot have darshan of Krishna. But still, they are unable to achieve even a particle of dust from the feet of Krishna. But those coward boys are what? Putting their feet on the head of Krishna. Take my lotus dust. Therefore, who can imagine the great fortune of the Brajalkisham, the residents of Vrindavan? They are playing with Krishna face to face. Sripad Goswami says, Satam Satya. Sripad Goswami says, does anyone know that verse? Who can imagine the good fortune of the cowherd boys? Satyagatana. Even the yogis who are immersed in impersonal meditation, who have emerged with the non-differentiated Brahman, which is the bodily effulgence of Krishna. First line, I forget. They cannot imagine the good fortune of the cowherd boys. Dasyagatanam mayadadakena. Those who worship Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they cannot imagine the good fortune of the cowherd boys. What to speak of those who are captured by the illusory energy? Because after millions of births of austerities, those boys have taken birth as the friends of Krishna. Therefore, at that time appeared a big demon. His name was Agasur. They said he was the brother of Putana. Putana, Agasur and Bakasur, all were brothers and sisters. Therefore Kamsa was worried. This Vrindavan Mandal is like a Bermuda Triangle. Every demon I send there never comes back. Sakatasur was the first to disappear. Then Putana, Bakasur. Then finally Kamsa's dear friend Agasur said, I will do it. Therefore he came to Vrindavan, disguised himself as a snake. Therefore, even though the demigods had drank the nectar of heaven, they were free from death, still they were afraid of Agasur, so powerful. They had prayed to Bhagavan for the death of Agasur. Agasur, who had been sent by Kamsa, was the younger brother of Putana. Therefore Guru Maharaj said, normally when a demon is killed by Bhagavan, he gets the punishment of Sayuja Mukti. Therefore Prabhupada used to say, why endeavour very hard for austerities to achieve liberation? One can achieve liberation just by hating Krishna. Of course not recommended for devotees. Therefore Krishna did not give Agasur Mukti, because Krishna has something in his possession which even other incarnations like Lord Ram do not possess. Krishna has the potency to give a superior destination to those who are killed by him. Therefore Kamsa never got Sayuja Mukti. Kamsa went to Vaikuntha. He got the same form as Krishna because he was always thinking of Krishna. Therefore, Pundrak, he was also saying, I am Bhagavan. He made himself into an imitation of Krishna. But because he was always thinking of Krishna anyhow, Krishna had killed him but did not give him Sayuja Mukti. He gave him place in Vaikuntha. Therefore Agasur, because of his relationship with Putana, he developed too much interest in Krishna. Putana had been offered a place as Datri, as a nursemaid in the what's it called? Not Vaikuntha, Golok Vrindavan. Therefore she was a nursemaid to Krishna. Not in Braja Vrindavan, but in Golok Vrindavan. Therefore she had now become a pure devotee. Therefore Agasur, because of his relationship with a pure devotee like Putana, he was also about to receive the mercy of Krishna. Therefore we should not make offense to any jiva. Dhruva was an ordinary boy, but his stepmother made offense to him. Oh, fool! You want to be king? First take birth in my womb. Then you can become king next birth. It means first you should die. Therefore she made offense to Dhruva, but at that time Dhruva was not a devotee. He was just a 5-year-old boy. But afterwards, when Dhruva became a pure devotee, Mahabhagavat, then that offense she made to Dhruva became Vaishnava Parada. As a result, she was burnt to ashes in the forest fire. Therefore, even though he was related to Putana, who was a demon, Putana had now become a pure devotee, therefore his heart had transformed, he was also attracted towards Krishna. Like Jagai Mada. Jagai Mada had performed every sinful activity together. But when Mahaprabhu heard that Jagai had protected Nityananda, when Madai went to beat him a second time, then Jagai said, don't beat him. What benefit is there in beating such an avadut? Therefore Mahaprabhu embraced him. Oh, he has saved my Nitai. Therefore he developed Krishna Prem. And Madai, because of his relationship with Jagai, his brother had now become a pure devotee. Therefore that attraction to his brother also changed the heart of Madai, and he also surrendered to Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. Therefore attraction to Vaishnava cannot be underestimated. So powerful. Yes, sir.
So even somebody who's not a Vaishnava, if we make an offense,
and he becomes a Vaishnava after,
That's what
and you make Vaishnava. Otherwise, why Bhagavan Sringadev said to Prahlad, oh Prahlad, actually it's not a good example, but the idea is there. Bhagavan Sringadev said, Prahlad, take a benediction. I want, my father has made many offenses to you. He can be saved. Oh, Prahlad, he has already gone back to Godhead before Prahlad. Because even though Hiranyakasipu did so many bad things to Prahlad, he did out of affection. He had so much affection for Prahlad. He said that when he took Prahlad on his lap, he would weep. Tears would come from his eyes. Anyhow, he was absorbed in thinking of Prahlad, therefore Bhagavan gave him mercy. It says if anyone becomes a Mahabhagavat, 21 generations are delivered. How? How you can deliver 21 generations of your ancestors? Because somehow someone has become a Vaishnava and they are related to him anyhow. By some seva, by some relationship. Therefore the mercy of Bhagavan also comes to them. Therefore Krishna now decided, I will give mercy to Aghasur. Therefore how Aghasur, a demon, can enter Vrindavan? Krishna enabled, called his Yogamaya, she immediately arranged. Aghasur thought, if somehow I can kill Krishna and his devotees, then I will offer their bodies as pinda for my departed brother and sister. Just like the gopis said to Uddhav, oh, why has Krishna sent Uddhav? Now comes his dad, there is no more family members, therefore he's come to take the hearts of the gopis as a pinda. Therefore Aghasur was thinking, in order to revenge my brother and sister, I will also come and finish them. Then, if I can kill Krishna and his associates, then the other residents of Vrindavan will also die in separation. But there is no life, there is no body, therefore Krishna is the life and soul of all. If I can kill him, automatically I will finish the rest of the Brajavasis. Therefore, Aghasur, who was very crooked by nature, but somehow by the mercy of the Vaishnavas he had developed attraction to Krishna anyhow. He took the form of a huge snake, python. As thick as a mountain. How long was he, Jai? 8 miles long.
Oh, okay.
He opened his mouth, spread his tongue out like a red carpet, and was waiting for Krishna and his friends to come along the road. The red carpet trip. His lower lip rested on the ground. His upper lip reached up to the clouds. Thus his mouth looked like a huge mountain cave. The wind was coming, breath was coming like wind, and there was a bad fishy smell. His eyes blazed like fire. Thus, Krishna was taking lunch with his friends, so that the boys went inside the mouth. The boys saw the mouth of Aghasur and thought, it looks like a snake, but who has ever heard of an 8-mile long snake? Therefore it must be the mouth of a cave. Therefore those boys entered on the tongue of Aghasur. Aghasur took his tongue in like what do you call those moving elevators?
Escalator.
Like the ones that go flat on the ground? Moving stairway, yeah. Like a moving stairway, he took his tongue into his mouth, all the boys he took into his heart.
Actually, a moving walkway.
Moving walkway. Therefore, Aghasura's breath was so bad, those boys had all appeared like they were dead, unconscious. Therefore, Krishna had thought, somehow Aghasura has taken my devotees in the core of the heart. Therefore, where is Krishna? We say, Krishna se tumar, Krishna tite pare tumana sakatayachi. Amitu kangal, Krishna Krishna bolidaitava pachi pachi. We sing every day but not thinking. Krishna also follows behind his Vaishnavas. We say, oh Vaishnava, I am following behind you because you have Krishna. Because Krishna also follows behind his Vaishnavas. In one verse in Bhagavatam it says that Krishna knows that the foot dust of my Vaishnavas are so powerful it can purify the whole universe. Brahmanda titite shakti dada jani jani. Well, the foot dust of one Vaishnava can purify the whole world. And Krishna thinks inside my body is how many millions and millions of universes. Therefore Krishna follows behind the Vaishnava, collecting their foot dust, putting on himself and think, I will purify the material creation within me by the foot dust of my Vaishnavas. Therefore Krishna also follows behind the Vaishnavas. Therefore Aghasura took all the Brijabasis in his heart, inside him. And Krishna thought, oh, he's made a step in the right direction. We know that Kaliya made a mistake of just taking Krishna. Therefore Krishna did not give him prema. Krishna tandav gati mandan paranach digidhari pam 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 pa patakara pam 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 panakari. He danced on the head of Kaliya, smashed him to the ground, but he never gave him prema. Otherwise, why Krishna sent him outside of Vrindavan, go to Fiji and stay there? But prema bhakti he did not get. Guru Maharaj says, why? Because he surrendered. But he surrendered out of fear. If I don't surrender, Krishna is going to finish me. Therefore, no question of prema bhakti for Kaliya. Because he only took Krishna, no devotee. But Aghasura, he did not do like that. Two snakes, different destinations. Kaliya made the mistake of only taking Krishna. Therefore, no prema bhakti and kicked outside of Vrindavan. But another snake, Aghasura, what did he do? First, he took the Vaishnavas in his heart. And whenever the Vaishnava is there, if our heart has a place for Guru Vaishnava, then definitely one day your heart will have a place for Bhagavan. That is the difference. Krishna said, Yetamad bhakti tatejana, natamad bhakti tatejana. One who calls himself my devotee, he is not my devotee. One who calls himself a servant of my servant, he is my devotee. Therefore, Aghasura, he took shelter first of the Vaishnavas. Then Krishna also followed behind him. Then the boys fell unconscious. Then Krishna was thinking what to do. Then Krishna is so much attached to Brijabasi, he cannot bear their separation. Therefore Krishna also entered into the mouth of Aghasura. When Krishna entered the mouth of Aghasura, the demigods, headed by Brahma, cried, alas, alas. But the other demons were rubbing their hands, you little beauty. Thus, when Krishna heard the cries of the demigods, help us, save us. When Krishna saw the destination of his friends, then Krishna had decided within himself, oh, I must save my associates. Therefore he began to expand in the back of the throat of Aghasura. He increased his size, but Aghasura also began to puff up. But he could not puff himself up as much as Krishna. Therefore, Krishna blocked the throat. He could not breathe in, he could not breathe out. The snake has no ears or no eye. Where the life air will go, therefore the life air popped out the top of his skull. That is called the Brahma. Everyone has a Brahma Rudra. If you feel little babies when they're born, the top of their skull there's that soft squishy hole. That's the Brahma Rudra. But as the skull hardens and thickens, that becomes covered. Perfected yogis have that ability to live through the Brahma Rudra. They said the living entity, Vedanta Sutra discusses the path of the soul at the time of death. There's 9 different gates the soul can depart from. If the soul departs through the back, the bottom 2 gates, the genital or rectum, not a good destination. It said Elvis Presley, he died on the throne. In Australia we call the toilet the throne room. Therefore the king died on the throne. Therefore when he died, how he left his body must have left, going down. Therefore Prabhupada said one who leaves through the bottom two gates, the genital or the rectum, they take birth as demons, hellish planet. Someone who leaves through the eyes or the mouth, then okay destination, but not so great. Like there was one brahmachari in Mathura, he died a few years ago. He died with his mouth. Guru Maharaj said, okay destination, but not perfect. Because perfect sadhu leads through there. But Vaishnavas, we don't even do that. No need even for that. Soul directly goes to Krishna. So, like a perfected yogi, so I shouldn't say that. Perfected yogis, sadhu, Vaishnavas also lead through the top of their head, possible. Like grandfather Vishnu. He also left through the, what's it called, the Brahma? So, normally a demon, what's the chance that he will leave like a perfected yogi? But what is the perfection of yoga? Sukadeva Goswami says, Antavas Sankha Yoga Bhyam Swadharma Paramistaya Janma Pumsam Parolabhya Ante Narayana Smriti. O Parikshit, the perfection of Dharma, perfection of Varnashram, perfection of yoga, perfection of meditation, the perfection of anyone who's taken a birth is what? Ante Narayana Smriti. The time of death is to think of Krishna. Agasura, he not only thought of Krishna, he had Krishna inside him. So where's the question of him having an inauspicious destination? Therefore, the demon's life air could not go anywhere else. Therefore, popped out from the top of his skull. Srila Gogamaja's grandfather left like that. They said, he asked, what day is today? They said, one good day, I cannot remember. He said, oh, today is a very auspicious day. The temple of Jagannath is open. Therefore, today I will die. I was thinking how possible he was very healthy. Therefore, he said goodbye to all his friends and relatives, sat in meditation and popped out from the top of his skull. Gogamaja's grandfather. So it was also one Mahapurush. Therefore, Krishna glanced at the boys. By his nectar-filling glance, they came alive. They came out. Then the boys were thinking, how could Krishna kill such a big snake by himself? Therefore, he could not do without our help. Therefore, the boys began beating the dead carcass of Agasura. We have also killed him. Don't think you did by yourself. Therefore, Mukunda, only Mukunda can give liberation. No other demigod can give liberation. Even Brahma and Shiva cannot give liberation. It's true, they say Shiva gives liberation, but how does he give liberation? If you die in Varanasi, he comes to your ear at the time of death and chants Ram. Therefore, he can only give liberation by the mercy of the name of the Lord. If only Krishna is called Mukunda because only he can give liberation, Mukti. That song that Madhukar sang, Bhaja Hore Mana, that was written by Govinda Das Kaviraj. That was the brother of Krishna Das Kaviraj. Krishna Das Kaviraj was always preaching, brother, chant the name of Krishna. Worship Krishna. No, I will not worship Krishna, I will worship Kali. He became very sick. Kaviraj Goswami said, brother, ask your mother, Kali, can she give you liberation? They were just before his death, he meditated. Mother Kali came in his vision. Oh mother, give me liberation. She said, I cannot give you liberation. Only Mukunda can give liberation. Only Krishna. Then he came to his senses and he wrote that song. Bhaja Hore Mana, Srinandanandana, Abhaya Charanaravinda. Therefore Krishna gave life again to the boys. They came out of the snake. They came out of the mouth of sin personified. Who is that? That is also like us. Krishna's merciful glance in this world is who, Madhu? Thank you. Guru Vaishnava. Krishna's merciful glance in this world is Gurudeva and Vaishnava. So like Krishna's glance took the boys out of the mouth of sinful life. For mercy of Vaishnava, one can also be delivered from attraction to sinful life. Then the boys came out, and the soul of Agasura was hovering in the sky. Can I have a watch? Can I borrow your watch? Agasura was waiting when Krishna will come. As Krishna exited the mouth Then the soul of Aghasura, like a meteor going into the sun, streaked into the feet of Krishna. That time, the demigods became astonished. They said, how rare to get liberation. Even mukti, how rare. Sanatana Goswami describes in Brihad Bhagavatamrita that one day Gopakumar, who had become Lord Brahma by that stage, all the personified Vedas and Upanishads and Puranas were discussing, oh, did you hear what happened? What happened? Gopakumar said, what happened? Someone just got liberation on the earth planet. No, it's impossible. How rare, how fortunate. So even mukti is so rare. Even the Vedas were astonished when anyone achieved liberation. Therefore, when the demigods saw that even a big fat demon like Aghasura had achieved liberation, they were throwing flowers and chanting Jai Ho, Jai Ho. When they saw that Krishna had also come out of the mouth, they became, whew, that was close. In this way, everyone on the heaven and earth began glorifying Krishna. Lord Brahma also heard the sound of the drums and the chanting of Jai Ho. He came to see that. When he saw everyone glorifying Krishna, even Brahma became astonished. Therefore, Brahma became bewildered. Now, this is a little interesting thing. Guru Maharaj says Brahma never became bewildered. He had agreed to see more pastimes. Srila Goswami said Brahma became bewildered. What's going on? And Bhagavatam also gives a little more on that side. That Brahma became a little bit confused. Why? Brahma was thinking. It says here, Yagya book. Brahma was thinking, who is Krishna? How the soul could enter in the feet of, the soul of a big demon could enter the feet of Krishna. How Krishna could give liberation. Meanwhile, Krishna went back to the lunch with the cowherd boys. Therefore, Brahma, in order to test Krishna, or you may think, in order to see more pastimes, then Brahmaji stole the calves and the calves belonging to Krishna. Guru Maharaj also says, Brahmaji's offense, if we say offense, why was his offense? Because he was trying to make more pastimes of Krishna by his own effort. Understand? He did not wait for the mercy of Krishna to reveal more pastimes. He was trying by his own effort to little stoke the fire. Therefore Brahmaji took the empirical path of achieving knowledge by achieving Krishna by one's own sense perception. Therefore that was the mistake of Brahma. Instead of trying to create the pastimes by his own efforts, he should have waited and he would have seen everything by the mercy of Krishna. Anyway. So,
what about that pastime? How would you have seen that pastime? That would be missing from the pastime.
But there's no question of Krishna never performing pastimes. He said, even the pastimes Mahaprabhu performs in 1 hour cannot be utterly described by an Antashesh. So where's the question of what Brahma wanted to see pastimes? Krishna is Leelamoy, Leela Purushottam. Every second he performs millions of pastimes. The pastimes of Krishna making new cowherd boy, this is not so much astonishing pastimes, because this is full of the opulence of Krishna.
And then how would all the cowherd women and the cows have Krishna's?
Don't jump coming to that bit. But this is not so much an astonishing pastime. This is Krishna's opulence. For Bhagavan to manifest new boys and girls is not an astonishing thing. But for Krishna to be captured by the love of Brijbasi, this is more astonishing. Therefore Brahma had his wish fulfilled, but that pastime was full of opulence, not full of sweetness, that he would have experienced if he just watched Krishna's pastimes unfold during the natural occurrence. What time do we finish?
Never.
When you're done.
When do you get tired?
Huh?
When do you get tired?
When I see the audience, none of them are awake yet.
He gets 2 hours longer with that.
So,
It's something like that.
Brahmaji tried to use his own vast knowledge in order to little encourage the flow of Krishna's pastimes. Therefore Brahmaji took shelter of the empirical path of knowledge. Therefore Krishna wanted to correct that thing. Many, many ways of looking at a pastime. Sometimes people say, well, Prabhupada said that. Some people say, well, my Gurudeva said that. Well, my Vaishnava said that. Then they make conflict. But the pastimes are like jewels. like a diamond. How many facets on one diamond? Hundreds. Therefore, Guru Maharaj, don't think that when one Vaishnava says something and another Vaishnava says something else, it doesn't mean they're contradicting each other. He is right, he is also right, it depends on angle of vision. Therefore, Bhagavatam says, cannot learn everything from one Guru. Cannot learn everything from one Guru. Hearing, 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 then we can get an all-round picture of the Lila. Trilochan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Jai. Therefore, Krishna, as he was taking lunch with the boys, Brahmaji took advantage. He stole the calves. The boys were distressed. We cannot find the calves. Therefore Krishna said, wait here, take lunch. I will search for them. How much kindness Krishna, he takes all distress on behalf of his devotees. As Krishna went away looking for the boys, Brahmaji took the advantage and stole the boys as well. Therefore, when Krishna returned, there were neither calves nor boys. Therefore, Krishna was standing, looking, crying, my friends, my calves, what will my father say when I return home with no friends and no calves? Krishna became a little sad for a moment, a little weeping. Then Brahma was watching this. Krishna had 5 different types of pickles. Chili, mango, lemon. And he was eating, said, with his left hand. Who eats with their left hand? What do you do with your left hand? I don't have to go into details. Brahma was watching. Therefore, he was thinking, who is this cowherd boy? He obviously has no good manners, no culture, because he's eating with the wrong hand. Also, one should not eat when one moves here and there. Only cows and dogs eat standing up. Therefore, Brahma was thinking, he's gone moving with his lunch in his hands. Hare Krishna. What's your name, sir? Jagat Bharata. Jagat Bharata. I saw your name on his cell phone. Therefore, Brahma was confusing. Brahmaji said, he is this one. Bubuje Yagya Bhuk Balakeli. Normally Narayana is called Yagya Purush. Bhagavan takes the offerings of Yagya. So who does a Yagya? Brahman does a Yagya. When the Brahmins, they take bath 3 times, they're purified inside and outside by mantra, wearing fresh cloth with tilak and everything. Then they're chanting the mantra in the correct pronunciation. They offer ghee into the sacrificial fire of Narayana, who is Yagya Bhuk. Therefore, Bhagavan only takes the offerings of Yagya. But Narayana is thinking, Lord Brahma is thinking, what type of Yagya Bhuk is this? Also, that time is winter for the Brijbasis. They're taking bath every day, is no guaranteed, because Vrindavan is very cold. Therefore, maybe some dirty, Krishna little dirty, some mucus is coming, winter. He's also covered by dust of the cows. He's eating with his left hand. There's probably definitely some prasad here and there on his face. He's moving around, standing up. The Brahmanas offer yagya by mantra. But the cowboys, they don't offer any mantra. How are they offering into the mouth of Krishna? Pushing by force. This one is very good one, Krishna, eating, pushing their remnants in the mouth of Yagya Bhuk Narayan. Therefore Brahma was confused. I'll read this. Krishna is Yagya Bhuk. He only takes the offerings of Yagya. But now, what is he doing? That same Bhagavan, with his flute tucked between his waist. We never heard of Narayan playing any flute. Lord Brahma cannot even imagine such a thing. Therefore, holding in his hand a nice preparation of yogurt and rice, with suitable pieces of chutney between his fingers, he is eating like that. Therefore, Brahma became a little confused. Before the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we had only heard of the opulence of the Supreme Lord. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave another thing. He gave what? The sweetness of the Lord. Jagadama Thakur Bhaktivinoda explains. The Muslim brothers call Bhagavan Allah. Allah means the greatest. But why is Bhagavan the greatest? Not because he's the biggest or the fattest or the or all pervading or no. Because he is the most beautiful, therefore he is the greatest. Therefore all the attractive features of the Supreme Lord, which is the most attractive? Beauty. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave all these meanings of the Bhagavatam. And those who are under the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they have extracted all these meanings in their commentaries. Therefore, Brahma cannot even imagine this is the same Bhagavan. Therefore, some confusion entered, or he wanted to see some pastimes as you like. Therefore, he stole the coward boys. Therefore, for a moment, Krishna was also bewildered. Where's my friends? Where are my calves? Krishna also began searching here and there. If Brahma was confused, then Brahma must have been even more confused. If he is Bhagavan, he must be all-knowing. If he's all-knowing, he must know that I have taken his boys. I have taken the calves. Bhagavan is all-powerful. If he's all-powerful, how I could steal his friends and calves? Therefore, Brahma was thinking more and more confused. Krishna began searching here and there for his friends, as if he could not understand what had happened. He looked bewildered. Then Brahma, he went for 1 second back to his own universe. Oh, I forgot something. He thought I had bewildered Krishna, finished the pastimes of Vrindavan. Brahmaji went back to Brahmalok. There, Krishna had already gone there. Krishna can take the form of Brahma, there is no harm. Krishna can take any form he likes. But any form cannot take the form of Krishna. There is a difference. Even Lord Krishna can show the form of Lord Ram, but Lord Ram cannot show the form of Krishna. You know Kirchod Gopinath in Ramuna? That deity of Gopinath, that was carved by Ram himself. It said, Lord Ram saw Sita drawing on a stone, one man. Ram said, who is that? Why are you drawing the picture of another man? And Sita began laughing. I don't know why, but my mind is captured by this fellow, Gopinath. Then Ram said, I am that same Gopinath. And Sita said, show me that form you'll take in the end of Dwapara Yuga. Ram said, I can't. Because Krishna has 4 qualities which are not present in Ram. Therefore Ram, he carved the deity of Gopinath with an arrow. But that deity is still there. He said, this is the form I will take in Dwapara Yuga. Therefore Krishna took the form of Brahma. The guards saluted him. Then Krishna as Brahma said, be careful, there's one photocopy Brahma, he's coming soon. One fake Brahma. Don't let him in. I'll be inside, taking care of the universe. Then when Brahma came back to he expected the guards to give him a salute. But the guards, with a stick, get out of here before we give you a thrashing. Brahma said, you guys are going to get sacked. Who the hell do you think you are? They said, who the hell do you think you are? Our boss inside, Lord Brahma, said, be careful of a 4-headed imitator. Then Brahma realized, it is not me, no one in this universe can bewilder me. Therefore it must be Krishna. Krishna said, you wanted to take something from me? I'll take something from you. I'll take away everything you have. Therefore, who can surrender to Krishna? In Bhagavatam it says, what's that verse? When Krishna gives mercy to anyone, what does he do? He takes away everything they have. Otherwise, how you can surrender to Krishna unless you're a kinchan, niskinchan? As long as you have some other support, some other affection, you cannot give your heart completely to Krishna.
Identity theft, Krishna.
Therefore Krishna, he said, I had pride. The universe is mine. Krishna took it. I am pride. I am the original Guru. Krishna took that. Brahma had no earring to hang his 4 helmets. Krishna had taken everything from him in 1 second. This is mercy of Bhagavan. It's another thing. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Kodoi Dasi. Gurudev gives me a nice position, some wealth, some this. Guru Kripa Eva Kevala. The real Guru's Kripa, Bhagavan's mercies, he takes away all your impediments. Impediments means material attachment. Therefore Krishna took away everything from Brahma. Why Brahma is so dear to him? Brahma is so dear to the Lord. Therefore Brahma Kinchan, even he hadn't taken his checkbook, nothing. He came back to Vrindavan, Akinchan, nothing. All his pride had been completely broken. Therefore he saw. What did he see? Krishna again doing Leela with his friends. Exactly like he had seen before. Brahma became confused. Am I dreaming? Maybe the boys escaped from the place where I hid them. He looked. The boys are there. The boys are there. Therefore 4 heads came. 2 heads were looking there. 2 heads were looking there. Oh, I have not. These boys which are playing with Krishna, the calves, I have not created them. Because Brahma creates everything material in this world. Then Brahma began to realize, these boys are not material, because I have not created them. And what happened? Should we discuss tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Keep going a little bit. Therefore Brahma had some realization, this Vrindavan is not material. I have not created it, is not coming from my Maya. Therefore who has done? Then Krishna, he gave his mercy to Brahma. Therefore Krishna, he is very kind. He always fulfills the desires of his devotees. It's said that Krishna has no desire. His only desire is to fulfill the desire of his Vaishnava devotees. Therefore, Krishna knew. In Vrindavan, only Mother and Yasoda, Nanda and Yasoda are not the only mothers and fathers of Krishna. Each elderly gop and gopi, they feel Krishna is my son, but they feel a lacking. If only I could give my breast milk directly to Krishna. But no chance. Therefore, all the millions and millions of elderly gopis and gopis had a desire. Krishna will be my son. I want him to drink my breast milk. But no chance. Meanwhile, all the cows at Vrindavan, they also have Vatsalya Ras to Krishna. Parental mood to Krishna, because they give their milk to Krishna. Therefore they all feel, even the old bulls, they feel Krishna is my son. What to speak of the cows. Therefore they all had a desire, I want Krishna not just milking me, I want Krishna to take milk directly from my breast. My teat. Is that a good word? Ada. Therefore with that desire was also unfulfilled. Also all those young gopis also had a desire, Krishna will be my beloved. But no chance. Therefore, Krishna, one of Krishna's 64 qualities, by one activity he can perform many other activities. Therefore by this Brahma Mohan Lila, Krishna fulfilled the desire of all. He took himself, had taken the form of all the cowherd boys. He himself had taken the form of all the calves. Therefore, he had drank the milk of millions and millions of cows, millions and millions of mothers. And that year, Garga Rishi had said, this year is a very good year, everyone will get married. Therefore the gopis were paired off with different gopas. Who were those gopas? Krishna himself. Therefore with one swoop, Krishna fulfilled the desire of every single big blossom. Brahma came. What did he see? The same scene. He became confused. What has happened? Krishna showed each of those boys, each of those sticks, each of those calves, their lunch bags, their dress, their ornament is nothing else but Krishna. Therefore he manifested his form as Vishnu. Because who is the Ishtadeva of Lord Brahma? Garbhadaksaya Vishnu. Because he was always thinking of Garbhadaksaya Vishnu. Therefore it says Bhagavan always shows you that form you want to see. Therefore Brahma, Krishna showed his form as four-armed Vishnu. There, Brahma became completely confused. He became dumbstruck. All his senses ceased working. His intelligence was checked. He fell to the ground, and the prayers that he'd offered we'll discuss tomorrow night. 40 prayers of Lord Brahma. Therefore, Brahma offers such nice Tattva-siddhanta in his prayers, and finally towards the end of his prayers, very high class of desire he had, and how that desire of Lord Brahma was fulfilled. And we'll discuss all those things tomorrow night. And also come with the appearance of Haridas Thakur. This is also connected in this pastime. So are there any questions?
What book is that?
10th canto by what?
Oh,
Commentary.
oh yeah, that's Srila Vishnu.
Very nice.
And that, yeah, I have it.
No questions? Madhu, where's your Madhu? Whose baby's that?
My niece.
Yashomati Ram Jaya Ram